let's talk about protocols in this class. First of all, you must join online video meeting on time. There will be a waiting room in this meeting. Join 5 minutes early. The reason is that, like, if someone joins after the class meeting starts, then I have to interrupt the class and uh, go and permit those persons in the class again through the waiting room from the waiting room. So that's not really a nice experience. So please make sure you join 5 minutes early to this meeting. Secondly, if bandwidth is not a concern, please keep your video presence on. Otherwise, make sure at least use your photo, like not a like actor character or cartoon character or something like that. Use your real photo, real face, showing your face as a profile picture. This is basically to connect among ourselves. Otherwise, it becomes really virtual, and this is online class. One biggest challenge is to make connection with people. So that's one suggestion from me. Either keep your video presence on if you don't have a bandwidth concern or any other concern of that kind. If you cannot make it, at least make your photo as your profile picture. Register your video conference account with SJSU email ID. So all these meetings has a criteria that one can join in those meeting only if they're a registered SJSU account. Please keep your microphone mute unless you are participating in a discussion. That will basically eliminate a lot of noises coming in that during the meeting. So from my past experience, that happens. You may not realize that your microphone is making some noise for different reason, different technical reason, non-technical reason. So it's better that you keep your microphone mute unless you are talking, right? Okay, next. First important point is that if you miss a lecture, you are still responsible for any material discussed or assignment given. A large portion of each class will be used for hands-on lab and discussion. All students are expected to participate in the class activities. Students who are often absent will find themselves as a disadvantage position during the test. Basically, like what that's again from my past experience, like from those semesters that students frequently absent in those class discussion. Their idea of or understanding of this subject does not bind together very well. So that's the reason I always encourage you to be present in the class and follow the class discussion. And that's classes are basically a ground for you to clear up your doubts and concepts, right? Clear up your concepts about this subject. So please make sure you are present in the class. The next one is probably the most important aspect that you need to abide by for your own benefit. This is your responsibility to check validity of your homework, assignment, project, etc. Whatever is submitted through the canvas. There can be many technical glitches occurs, format error, blank file, corrupt file, and many more. Like for example, you probably working throughout the semester on some certain project or assignment, and you keep on revisioning, versioning by like copying them from one version to another, and so on and so forth. Then at the submission point, instead of submitting your final version, you probably submitted the very first one by mistake because it is a penultimate hour. Like that's what I usually find, that many students procrastinate, and as a result submission goes at the 11:59 p.m. in the midnight, which is the just the deadline, okay, for an assignment. Of course, with the time pressure, people tend to make mistakes, right? However, if such mistakes occurs and we start grading them, there is no coming back. Okay, there is no coming back. Like we cannot open the file. Is there a format error? It's a blank file. You submitted a wrong file. You get zero. Simply, you get zero. There is no coming back from that point. And unfortunately, each semester I have at least one case like this where I need to give zero. And later I like offline looked at their work, they send it late, looked at their work. They deserve full point on those things. But only for this reason, this shows your sense of responsibility, and that's why this is a strict rule that if grading starts, there is no coming back. So please make sure that what you submit, you also validate them. Go back to your submission, download them, and look at them, that if they're really the submission that you meant to do. Okay, so that means that don't wait till the last minute. Submit it early, check and recheck your submission. Next, lecture notes and videos are in Canvas. Review it before coming to class. So in the class, I won't be lecturing. Okay, I won't be lecturing. In the class, we'll do hands-on problem. I'll answer your questions, queries, try to clear up your doubts on some topics if you have. And mainly it's a discussion based. It's a mostly student driven. Like if you don't ask, I don't say anything. I'll possibly give you some task to do this, that, discuss among self, etc. Let's see how that class goes on. So class, in-class lecturing is not going to happen. You need to review those lecture videos and notes before coming to class, so that you can link with the discussion more and you can clear up your doubts about the topics. There also may be in-class pop quizzes, which will contribute to extra bonus point at the end of the semester. Amount of bonus point will be determined after last day of instruction. So don't ask me like how much bonus you accrued and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't see that at the beginning of the semester. Only after the end, I look at them and judge myself that how much bonus point would be applicable to entire class to be assigned for. So, but there will be bonus points based on these pop quizzes, your class participation, discussion activities, etc. And you need to make sure you don't miss them, right? So, to do well in this class pop quizzes, of course, you need to prepare yourself, reviewing the lecture notes, reviewing the videos, lecture videos given in the Canvas before coming to class on that day. Now regarding the email protocol, some protocol to be maintained. Number one, subject line should start with like open square brace, your course number, comma, your section number, close square brace. For example, let's say you are in 147, CS147 of section 3, then your subject line should start with this, and then you can type in rest of your subject line there. But it should precede with open square brace, CS147, comma, 03 if you're in section 3, and close square brace, and then followed by your subject line. Why it is important? Because I have a filter set in my email, so that these set of email will filtered into the special folder, and I know one of my student is trying to contact me, it has higher priority of answering or looking through the email. Otherwise, like, it will end up in general inbox, your email response may be delayed. So that's why it is important that you tag your subject line like this, so that it catches my attention. Okay. Secondly, you should give proper salutation on this email. Hi, hey is not accepted, because you are not communicating with your friends, like you are communicating with your instructor, with your teacher. Definitely no first name basis communication. This is again, like, you are not sending email to your friend, you are sending email to your teacher. Even myself, like, I was a student in this university, and that means the then my teacher, right, are now my colleague, but I still maintain that protocol, that it's not a first name basis, or at least it's not hi, hey, etc. I still maintain that set of protocol with my teacher till now. Okay, so I expect you to do the same. For example, good morning, Mr. Patra is an example of a better salutation there to start an email exchange with. An email language should be professional. Remember that you are not sending email to a friend. It's a professional email. It's a professional relation, and soon you will be stepping outside in the industry, right? You need to have a better practice of this language that you use in your email. It should be constructed. You need to practice it to make it like looking more professional on the email body. Now, email to be sent to my SJSU email ID only. Even if you grab my private email from somewhere, I don't know, don't send there. Like, I don't answer to that. Just send me either in my official SJSU email ID, or definitely through the Canvas. Yeah, that's a no-brainer to tell that you can communicate through the Canvas as well. Now, emails are responded within 24 hours if properly composed. Like, you have a subject tagline good, you have salutation good, you have a professional language, professionally composed email. So all these things are okay, then it should be responded within 24 hours. Now, here I want to mention one more point there. Sometimes I get busy, distracted in my other job. Maybe I didn't see the email or missed your email. Now, after 24 hours, it is always okay to send me a reminder. Just reply onto your email saying that good evening, Mr. Patra, good morning, whatever it is. I'm waiting for your response on this email. So it is okay. So you don't need to be shy about that if you don't get your response within 24 hours, you don't do anything about that. Yes, you just remind me. Okay, if it is not, you don't get an answer within 24 hours. So that's all for the protocol side. So if you have like questions, again, send me email or ask me in the class.